Let's go. So welcome to Blockchain Crypto Gang YouTube channel. As some of you may know, CryptTalk podcast, the departed channel, the temporarily disabled channel. This is the reboot of that. And I want to get into a couple stories. Really, I want to get into something that really hasn't been, I don't think it's been reported enough in the crypto world. You know, this story is about a week old. So I want to get into this story about Snoop Dogg and his endeavors or his ambitions to do NFT albums. And then I want to take a blast to the past, something that I did share on CryptTalk podcast YouTube channel months ago, just to kind of show you the trend and my thoughts on musical NFTs. What else? And then we're going to get into the market a little bit. I'm going to show you a couple of different stories in the market, give you some of my thoughts on how this market is going and how some of these even low cap projects could go. Of course, we know that Bunk went crazy. Bunk, just pretty much a meme coin. We know that the crypto market this week had some extraordinary flips on the small market cap market. Anyway, let's get into this. So Snoop Dogg revealed the depressingly low payout for a Bitcoin for a billion, streams that got him interested in NFT. So this story is about a week old. And for the past few years, Snoop Dogg has been one of the biggest advocates for NFTs while also criticizing the current streaming model. So Snoop Dogg actually had a Twitter handle. I forgot the name of it. It was some weird name, but it was him, and nobody knew for a long time. And this Twitter handle was showing all these NFTs and claiming to own millions of dollars worth of NFTs. And finally, some people figured out that it was Snoop Dogg, and he revealed that yes, indeed, it was. So I mean, he already has a lot of different NFTs artwork wise, but now he's looking to benefit and utilize NFTs, as a way to get his music out. In 2022, after securing the rights to Death Row Records catalog, he moved most of it from streaming services and kept them off until earlier this year. Meanwhile, he told his fans he wanted to make Death Row an NFT record label and maneuver to have his supergroup Mount Rushmore's first album released as an NFT on Gala Music. So, in case you don't know, Mount Rushmore is a supergroup. Mount Westmore is a supergroup that consists of Snoop Dogg, E40, Too Short, and Ice Cube. And they make some good music, and he wants to release the album as an NFT. In a new interview, here's why. He revealed what prompted his interest in NFTs, and that was only getting 45,000. Imagine being Snoop Dogg. You stream 1 billion and your payout is 45,000. I'm going to show you a drastic contrast to that in a minute. Appearing on the podcast Business Untitled, Snoop explains that creators were using his likeness and name to promote various products, and although he was mad at first, his embracing them allowed everyone to make money and not have to pay Apple 30% to directly get it, sell it, and resell it. This was like real estate. The difference, he said, was transparency. That's what the music industry and the film industry doesn't have. So this was a way to show transparency, he said. Give me a song, he said, from the perspective of traditional label execs. I'm making 60% because I'm putting it out for you, and you're getting 40%. That may sound like a lot, but you just made 100,000 in the streaming world. They just sent me some shit from Spotify where I got 1 billion streams. My publisher hit me. I said, break that down. How much money is that? That shit wasn't even 45,000 when NFTs or when NFTs came out. I could tell an artist that same song that you put out traditionally didn't make no money. Give it to me. Every time you sell it, if somebody else sell it, you get 10% of it. So in other words, what he's saying is, look, we could put our stuff out directly to market. Forget the record labels, forget the streaming platforms. We could create an NFT, release our music direct to our audience. And not only is that NFT proof of creator and ownership, meaning that they automatically own the rights to their music, unlike most recording artists today. So they actually have direct ownership of their music and a direct way with no intermediaries. Remember, this is what Bitcoin was created for. This is what the crypto blockchain was created for. To have no, this is the idea of decentralization is direct peer-to-peer, no intermediaries. So now this is being utilized in the music game, as it should. I spoke about this years ago on CryptTalk podcast. I watched this, it was Blockchain and Hip Hop Summit, and people were essentially speaking of how to use this decentralized technology called blockchain in order to have more control and leverage as content creators, particularly in the music business. Now, let's get back to it. And he points out blockchain technology, here we go. Look at this. Allows this money to be directly funneled from the point of purchase to the artist without having to go through admins at right holders, which could not only delay the royalty payment, but heavily eat into it as well. This was actually the exciting use case for the tech that made it seem viable in the first place. And while NFT craze derailed to somewhat the apes, blah, 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 that end case is still in play, offering artists a revenue around the streamers, which have notoriously low payouts for artists. So basically, I didn't even read this whole article, but of course, I mean, it's not like, you know, this is what it is. If you understand blockchain, if you understand crypto, if you understand like why this is an advantage, then, you know, you could have, you know, figured out that, of course, they're probably going to speak on just what I said. While Snoop's $45,000 claim seems mathematically iffy at best, his point is still valid. So in other words, he probably made more than 45,000 is what they're saying. But I don't know why he would lie. Honestly, why would he lie? He has no reason. Spotify has taken a lot of heat lately for its comically low payouts. So much that the company announced sweeping changes to free up more money in the royalty pool for some less than scrupulous creators found ways to game the system. Of course, it fired over 1,000 employees. So, yeah. Since most of Snoop's most popular music predates streaming, it could just be that a lot of hands are grabbing pieces of the pie before he does. Another legacy of the lopsided major label system. For the record, Uproxx is an independently subsidiary of Warner's Music. It's unfortunate that he's found a new way to revitalize his. It's fortunate that he's found a new way to revitalize his original revenue stream, even if he's got plenty of others. So here we go. Snoop Dogg is saying, look, man, they're not really paying me right. I figured out that this blockchain technology that was actually built for the people, because remember, that's what it was built for. This technology that actually allows the people to leverage their genius and also their finances in a way that we've never seen before. Well, now we don't need the big labels. Now these artists don't need the big labels. Content creators, especially if you already have a built-in or a established fan base, support base, no longer needs the record labels. Now let's take a blast to the past. Let's see another example of an artist who decided they don't need the record labels. And this is an artist by the name of Tory Lanez, who a couple years ago dropped an NFT album that sold 1 million records for $1 in less than 1 minute. No record labels involved. And let's just see what some of the stuff he was saying. Let's just take a blast from the past real quick.
Before I did the video, I was like, yo, I don't want to celebrate for no reason. I want to make sure I'm celebrating for the right. It's gone. So it's gone.
Nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me. I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler.
Yes, nigga.
I'm a hustler.
A million copies. I just went fucking platinum, nigga. I just sold the equivalent units. You gotta understand it. I just sold the equivalent units at $1. Sold 1 million copies flat, my nigga. That's platinum, and I sold 1 million copies, and I made $1 million in less than a fucking minute, my nigga. Y'all try to hold me back. You can't fucking stop me, my nigga. You can't stop me, bro. Look at this. I want all my fans to understand I'm not even excited for me. I'm excited for y'all niggas, bro. Y'all about to resell this shit and make so much fucking bread. All you niggas who bought 1,000, bought 40 of them shits, y'all about to make... Yo,
About me, I'm a hustler.
bro.
I'm a hustler.
Y'all not understanding what's going on. Let me fully explain this to you. I told y'all, $1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000. Yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this shit? I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, it's over. Y'all gonna get paid, and your fans gonna get paid, and they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together. This the digital trap house. Welcome, niggas. You're fucking welcome. We here. We here. You understand why I'm going so crazy? I can't believe I did this shit my fucking self. This may not make sense to niggas like y'all. Some of y'all niggas, it hasn't registered yet. It hasn't got there yet. It hasn't got there. Y'all niggas like, yo, why is he screaming? Come on. Understand. Look into it. Do your research, nigga. This is revolutionary, nigga. This is history in the fucking making. It's niggas right now.
All right, so check it out. Parental discretion, of course. So, I mean, like, understand how big that is. So this was a couple years ago. This is Tory Lanez, musical artist. You may know him from what transpired with him and Nicki Minaj, right? But understand what he did. Like, if NFTs existed 50 years ago, there would be so many artists that we know and love that wouldn't have died broke, that would have had more leverage. Do you know that if you don't own your own music as an artist, which most of them don't, if a movie soundtrack decides to pick up your song that's on your album that your record label owns, you don't get to make the decision if that song goes on that movie or not, that soundtrack. You know, like TLC sold over 11 million copies and were broke. Now there is a mechanism in place because of technology that allows creators to go directly to market, directly to their audience. No middleman. That you don't need the record companies, you don't need streaming platforms. Hey, you could buy this NFT album right here. And the NFT album could be more than just music. It could be pictures, it could be videos, it could be whatever. This is what the technology does. This is what Bitcoin was created to do. Remember, all of this comes from Bitcoin. Let's not ever forget that. NFTs, DeFi, all these altcoins, it all comes because of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was created at a time where the people were left very vulnerable because of corporate greed and corrupt banks. I'm talking about the 2008 financial debacle. This is what Bitcoin was built for, to give the power and control financially back to the people and not have to deal with these corrupt banks if you don't want to, and not have to deal with intermediaries, and to be more secure because there's no single point of failure. It's decentralized, it's peer-to-peer, all that good stuff. This is what it was built for. So now people are starting to click in different ways because this blockchain is more than just money. There's a lot of different utility to it. You know, there's a lot of different utility to these companies that are developing these blockchains. Like one of those utilities I'm using right now to go live. I'm using the Brave browser, created by the same person who created the Brave token and a lot of other things. So all this stuff, like the genius within the development side of this blockchain technology, is just allowing and building more tools that the average person can use to leverage. So now we see Snoop Dogg years later saying, you know what, the NFT, it might not be a bad gig. So here's where we're at. So that's the exciting news. And then not only that, even on the speculative side of the game, you know, if one of your artists release an NFT album or NFT product, one of the artists that you support, and you get in early on that, in this case for $1, and then because of the transaction volume and the popularity and demand, supply demand, well, you may get that NFT, extract the music, and then still sell the NFT and make money. So now the creators and the audience and the supporters could both make money. That is huge. This should be more spoke about on the crypto, you know, the crypto side of the game. The crypto reporters should be speaking about this kind of stuff, because it's not just about the speculative market about making money. The principle of what this is a lot deeper than that. But of course, we still want to make money. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get to the market. Let's get to the market. Let's do some CryptTalk market. Of course, Bitcoin number one, sitting nice above 42,000 as we start to wind down at the end of the year. It's probably going to end about 3 times up. So, of course, Bitcoin salute. That's a long-term hold if you ask me. Bitcoin. This is my watch list, by the way, and not everything on this watch list I really mess with. I just kind of put it on there for some of these, but some of them I do, and the ones that I do, I'll let you know. For instance, Stacks. Where we at? Not Thorchain. Hold up. Let's go back. Stacks. Stacks is a project that I am in. Stacks is like a second layer Bitcoin. It's directly connected to serve Bitcoin. You can stake Stacks and earn Bitcoin rewards. You can create Bitcoin NFTs, which are called ordinals, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, it's sitting at about a 1.4 billion market cap, as you can see, at a penny or $1.03, you know, and I do have some of those, and they're up. And I expect Stacks to do well in this bull cycle, because I expect these ordinals, these Bitcoin NFTs, and some of the other things they're doing to become popular as Bitcoin leads the charge, you know, as we get closer to the halving. So right now at $1.5 billion market cap, I mean, I could easily see that getting to the 30-40 billion mark during this bull cycle. Why not? Why not? What else we got? Engine Coin is the one that got away. Not looking so bad. I no longer hold that. Now check this one out. This is SNEC. Now SNEC, or Sneak, however you want to call it, it's a Cardano token. I shared a video about a month before my last channel was taken down. It was of somebody who was, you know, basically doing a review on the energy drink associated with SNEC. So there's a SNEC energy drink that you could actually purchase. It's a tangible item. They also have a swap coming and a game coming. Now, I don't know what made SNEC in the last 7 days, as you can see, increase 100%. And when I first dropped that video about SNEC, it was at about 10 million market cap. Right now, it's at 133 million market cap. When I first got into SNEC, it was probably about 5 million market cap. I got into it like the first month it dropped in May. So, you know, from 5 million to 133 million is a tremendous flip. The last week's a tremendous flip. Now it looks like people are taking off some profits, down 10% in the last 24 hours. So it's time to buy the dip. I've been waiting for this dip to come. But yeah, SNEC is one of those where, you know, when I first got into it, anytime I get into any of these low market cap coins, and I'm just telling you this as a frame of reference, not as advice, not as me trying to prompt you into, you know, investing in it. But when I look for these low market cap opportunities, and especially around this time of the bull cycle, right, getting this close to the halving, of course, you know, a good, you know, 6 months, maybe a year ago, I started trying to entertain opportunities that may flip and turn into the next Shiba Inu, meaning going from nowhere to 40 billion or so, tens of billion or so, you know, how a lot of people made money in the last bull cycle. And what I consider is, what can they get to to 100 million market cap? So if I'm getting in a project at 10 million, well, can it 10x? Is there enough evidence? Is there enough, you know, hype or potential utility that I think that it can get to 100 million in the market cap? And I determined for myself that SNEC could. And now the next level is, can it get to 1 billion, which would be about another 10x. And I think considering this bull cycle, like, remember, a lot of these coins are just going to make money just because of hype, just because people are going to just be FOMOing in. But what's unique about this bull cycle compared to the last is we're not in a global pandemic. And now we have so much more utility, so much more adoption, so much more institutional interest, and even national interest, meaning different countries are interested in utilizing, which I'll get into a minute with Ripple, this blockchain technology. So will that lead to $1 billion market cap for a coin like SNCC? And I believe it will. I believe it can get to 3 to 5 billion. I think it can, especially if they get listed on more centralized exchanges. Like if it gets the Coinbase, it's over. If it gets the Binance, it's over. So yes, I think that could happen. Another coin that I also did a video on, giving my review, was the Taboo token, which is a BNB token, which is up 7% for the last 7 days. And it's at a $26 million market cap. Now, when I first did the video, it was at about a 10 million market cap. So since that time, which has been about 2 months, it has more than doubled. Now with Taboo, I do think that Taboo can get to 1 billion. I think it can get to a good billion. I don't know how high. I don't think it has as much potential as a SNCC. Even though they do have tangible things that they're doing, they do have real life things they're doing. It's not just hype. Like, they do real things. They have a real popping NFT market. They do matching parties for the top holders. They're making partnerships. They have a good content creators as far as their models and whatnot. They class themselves as being, the playboy of crypto. In other words, the high class adult entertainment. But I don't know if a lot of these major exchanges, centralized exchanges that get the most volume, will list a token like that. So there's that. Let's go. Let's see. Should we even get to the G999? Well, I guess some people that watch this, it will be because of the G999 GS partner stuff. G999, nothing. It's dead. They're down. Only $1,000 of trading volume the last week or the last 24 hours. Of course, it's associated with the MLM Ponzi scheme, which I'll get into later in a different video. So there's that. Another popular coin for this week would be HNT, which is a Solana-based token. By the way, I do think Solana will do very well in this board. I think Solana is going to eat up a lot of the, if they continue to build. They haven't had any real outages, but if they continue to build the way they have and not have the problems that were associated with their beta stage, I think Solana is going to do well. And look at this Solana-based token, Helium, HNT. Helium's unlimited plan propels HNT to yearly high. So Helium Mobile's $20 monthly phone plan in the United States offers users unlimited data, talk, and text. So right there was just that line right there is why I'm now going to consider switching over to Helium Mobile. $20 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. I mean, that is tremendous savings. And they also have a program where you can mine. You can buy one of their Helium miners, which will basically secure the network and be a hotspot for their network. And, you'll get compensated in Helium tokens. Now, do I see Helium tokens being able to do some things? Well, look at this. Consider right now that they're at a $1.3 billion market cap at $8.50. So can it get to a 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion if they have a product that is deemed successful? And we know that Solana is going to be, they have a phone that they are actually coming out with called the Saga. So especially now, let's say that they use the Helium network as they should, of course, unless, it's a broken phone, unless it's a jailbroken phone and you can use any network. But, it's just when you see these kind of things going on, when you see that, these crypto companies, blockchain companies are actually doing real life things and finding creative ways, not only to use blockchain and cryptocurrency for their businesses, but also allowing that business to also compensate those who want to get involved or those who utilize or patronize the business. It's similar to the Brave browser, right? I'm using a browser right now that is more secure than Chrome, uses less bandwidth than Chrome, doesn't hit me up with a bunch of ads, and then the ads I do see, I get paid for seeing them. No, I'm not getting rich off of Brave, but at least they're paying me, they're compensating me, and they have other things built in, VPN, they have a wallet built in, a crypto wallet built into their browser. They have AI built into their browser. And they also have a streaming capabilities built into their browser, no additional downloads. So Solana-based token network Solana-based Helium Networks HNT token quietly hit a yearly high of more than $5 during the weekend, following 60% price surge in 7 days, according to CryptoSlate's data. But as you can see, they're actually above that $5. Now they're at $8.50. Hence, price retraced to $4.70 as of press time amid a border market correction. This price performance represents a turnaround for the network that has dealt chiefly with negative news about its product and migrating from its proprietary blockchain to Solana. And that is truth, because I remember about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I was actually considering getting one of those Helium devices that, like I said, secure the network or whatnot, or signal boosts the hotspots and also compensates you in HNT. I actually was going to get one, but in the area that I was in at the time, it wasn't available. There wasn't enough people to make it to where you could do it, because there has to be enough people in order for it to have, something to signal boost in the first place for their network. So, I was thinking about getting it. I didn't. And now it looks like they have made some changes. It looked like it was going to be a bust project, and then they migrated over to Solana, and here we are. So what drove HNT's price? HNT's price surge can primarily be attributed to the launch of the Helium Mobile $20 monthly phone plan in the United States, offering users unlimited data, talk, text. So there's that. Like, I love to see when these projects are actually doing real things that people can actually get behind. And let me show you one more, as then we'll get back to the general market. But now let's get into XRP. Is this it right here? It is. Now let's get into what's going on with the Ripple XRP, as we know that they won their lawsuit against the SEC, which set precedents for a lot of other crypto companies. And as I reported on my last channel, that Palau, that's how you pronounce it, was doing a pilot project with Ripple with intentions of creating a central bank digital currency. Well, now they are at phase 2 of PSC program launch. PSC is the stable coin that they're creating. It's called the Palau stablecoin, PSC. So the Ministry of Finance of Palau's Palau, I think, officially launched the second phase of its PSC program. Jay Hunter Anson, a cybersecurity consultant at Palau and advisor to the Ministry of Finance, confirmed the program's second phase launch on December 15th, which was 2 days ago, in a post on X, formerly Twitter. So they're officially in phase 2. PSC is a digital currency pegged to the United States dollar, which uses Ripple's XRP ledger. So even in the midst of the lawsuit, they were still making international moves. They were still being tapped by the IMF. So do I think that XRP is going to do well in this bull run? It is kind of dragging. It is kind of stagnant. I get it. You can make the argument that it's dead, or it's just not really doing too much. But I think there's way too much building being done. The foundation is way too strong. And with the hype of this market, and without the negative, impact or association of being sued by the SEC because they won it in the fashion that they did, I think people are going to tap in. Look, you can't have these stable coins and these banks using XRP for various reasons and the price not go up. Okay. So, just the utility. Remember, the same way that Bitcoin was initially created to serve the people. I know XRP was more created to be a banker's coin, but in that same thread, in that same fashion, we're also seeing that these corporations, these financial institutions, and these governments even are seeing the same utility that could benefit us, could benefit them. Because why wouldn't a bank responsible for transferring billions of dollars globally, or getting money in their economy through remittance, why wouldn't they want to use a platform or a way to make these transactions that are free and fast? So this is what we're going to see. We're going to see an increase for these kind of things. So yeah, Ripple's still doing their thing. They're creating a stable coin. Welfare. Anthony Welfare, CBDC strategic advisor at Ripple, also shared his thoughts on the PSC pilot program's phase 2 launch. Welfare emphasizes the advantages of blockchain-based digital currency, citing benefits such as reduced transaction fees, as I just said, and the potential to address the environmental impact of money circulation. And keep in mind, you guys, that we're going digital with the money. That hard cash is going to be cycled out of the system in time. That was the whole idea of everybody getting frantic about the Fed Now pilot that they did, and the talk to the central bank digital currencies. Yes. I mean, don't panic, because we're already 90% digital with our money. 90% of the money in circulation is digital. It's not actual physical paper money. The Ripple advisor also pointed out specific challenges, such as the complexity of moving traditional currencies around the 340 islands of Palau. Moreover, he noted that mobile data costs are high in the country. What does that have to do with it? I don't know, but I guess we can refer back to the HNT, because that may be something else that they collaborate with. Who knows? Welfare mentioned that Palau residents can conduct offline transactions using a blockchain-based digital currency such as PSC, even during power outages. Ministry of Finance announced the success of the first phase of the PSC program December 7th. The first phase, spanning 3 months, involved 168 volunteers from government employees. So like I said, when I first reported on this on CryptTalk podcast, if they're going as far as to do a pilot program, it's not about if they're going to use the XRP ledger. They pretty much made up their mind. And the only reason that wouldn't is because the pilot program went disastrously terrible. If it just went terrible, then they would be like, okay, we're not going to do that. Maybe we'll tap a different blockchain. But of course, they already had their mind made up pretty much to do so. So now it's at phase 2. The volunteers chosen to receive 100 PSC, each to use at local retailers participating in the program. Participants made payments through their mobile phones by scanning a QR code. Here we are now. I remember a few years ago, I was saying that, look, when it comes to actually using Bitcoin as actual medium of exchange for products and services, it's not really practical unless you use the Lightning Network, because, the transaction fees and, of course, the confirmation time for the transaction to settle would take too long. And even then I said, but XRP, XLM, DGB, some of these faster, cheaper coins would be used for medium of exchange. And also not just because they're faster and cheaper, but because many of them already have payment platforms built on top, or at least the abilities to integrate payment platforms onto these blockchains. So this is what we're seeing now. So it only makes sense that, they're going to use an XRP ledger coin, because it's going to be like virtually instant. So the chosen volunteers, already said that part. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, they're doing that. Now let's get back to, hold on, where are we at? Now let's get back. Take it back. Let's get back to the crypto market. See what else we have on here that I think could be, that I think will do well. How about that? honestly, I think all projects potentially will do well in this bull cycle, as it did last bull cycle, except for some of the MLM Ponzi schemes or some of the pump and dumps that already ran its course. But let's just look anyway. Ethereum, of course, at 2,200. It's down 5% in the last 7 days, but it's at a $268 billion market cap. I'm looking at a, dare I say, $1 trillion Ethereum market cap sometime by or in 2025. Yes, I think the peak of this bull cycle will see a $1 trillion market cap from Ethereum and possibly like a $3 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. Yes, that's how big I think this one is going. Okay, because remember, Bitcoin at a $1 trillion market cap was just 53,000, right? So I think $1.5 trillion was at the last all-time high. I think we could double that last all-time high or somewhere close to and see a $3 trillion market cap in Bitcoin. Tether, of course, it's a stable coin. XRP, I think XRP, 33 billion right now. Definitely couple hundred billion. I think XRP now will get to where Ethereum is now, as Ethereum goes to $1 trillion. Solana, I think Solana can get into the 100 billion plus club easy. I could easily see Solana, as they continue to build. They have NFT platform, they have the phone coming out, they have successful coins on their blockchain, they have game, they have DeFi, total value lock. I think they have smart contracts or whatnot. I think that Solana could get to 200 billion in the market cap. I could see that happening. I could see a $500 Solana. I could see $1,000 Solana, but I could definitely see a $500 Solana. Cardano, of course, smart contract oriented as well. See, a lot of the money that could be going into Ethereum is going to start going into some of these other smart contract oriented coins like Solana and Cardano. Cardano has a lot of good things going for it. A lot of support built by a smart group of developers, and they have DEX swaps and all that good stuff. And I could see a $21 billion market cap getting to 100. I could see 100 billion on that. I could see a 5x on that. I could see a $2.50 plus ADA coin. Easy. Avalanche has been doing some crazy stuff. I'm not very familiar with Avalanche. I have a little bit of Avalanche on my Koinami wallet. I can't endorse anymore. I won't even get into that, but you can say now, when I first got that coin, it was like $11. It's at 41. So, when I first got some Avalanche, they were only $11. Now they're at 41. Dogecoin, of course, the meme coin, up at approximately a dime. People want Dogecoin to get back to 100. Many people need it to get back to 100 because they FOMO'd in around the 50 to 60 cent mark and didn't sell it when it hit the all-time high of 70, whatever it hit. And, they're going to need that just to recover what they've already put into it. I can see Dogecoin surpassing the last all-time high. And it's just an easy call because that's typically what happens during these bull cycles. So if Dogecoin was at 73 cents last time at its all-time high, I can see it getting that dollar this time, which will break some people, even in some people from this point right here would be a 10x. So just because of the hype, not because of anything it's doing. So Dogecoin is one of those ones where a lot of these small market cap hype coins are. They're the ones that you have to get off. You can't just hold it. I remember I did a video covering a story of I want to say it was a Dogecoin millionaire, or was it a Shiba Inu? I think it was Dogecoin. So this guy, he borrowed $250,000, put it in the Dogecoin. It got up to $3 million. So, his investment went from $250,000 to over $3 million. He didn't sell off. And then at the time I reported on that story, I think his Dogecoin was worth like $750,000. And if he hadn't sold it, then it's probably back to his original investment, if he's lucky. Anyway, there's that. Tron, don't even worry about it. Chainlink, I think Chainlink's going to do well. Last time Chainlink got to about $40-$50. I think Chainlink will do well because not only are they doing certain things, they're oracles. You have different, even financial institutions reaching out and tapping into Chainlink. Chainlink will be fine. It's also an Ethereum token. smart contract and Oracle by nature. Polygon, Matic. I think Matic will be good. Matic is a second layer for Ethereum. It makes the transactions cheaper and faster. And because of that, I think that Polygon Matic coin will be just fine this bull run. I do see 8 million, very underpriced. 8 billion, excuse me, to me seems very underpriced for what I believe this coin can and will do. And then just remember, you got to just add an extra 20% just because of the hype and because of demand and because of, we don't have the same obstacles going into this bull cycle post halving as we did last time. So yeah, I think Matic will be just fine. I don't want to get into all these coins. Ton coin, that's the Telegram coin. Shiba Inu will probably get back to them $40 billion market cap. Why not? That would make a lot of people even, My problem with Shiba Inu is they have way too many coins. Way too many. 589 trillion coins in circulation. And, the proof that they have too many coins is the fact that when you go on some of these, online groups in Facebook and Twitter or whatnot, and everyone that speaks on Shiba Inu are all talking about burn. We got to burn coins, 100 million burn. We got to burn. So that just means that, you have too many coins in the project. I mean, if you're depending on burning coins for your value to go up, that means you have too many coins. You have too many garbage coins in circulation. And a lot of the people that are really into SHIB are very, very new to the crypto scene, or at least they were when they got in. And they bought the FOMO, they bought the hype, they bought them from Coinbase. They didn't trade for them on a decentralized exchange. So just by that very nature, by the time they got them, it was over. A lot of people bought them close to the top, and they are down right now hoping for another pump, which I think will happen. And that will make some of you guys even. And some of you guys that are buying it right now, you could probably make some money. But the thing is, like any coin, but especially these meme coins, you have to dump before or at the same time as the whales, or that project will leave you wrecked. Litecoin, yeah, it's a legacy coin. It'll probably get up there, probably get up to a couple hundred at least this bull cycle. Litecoin, it's one of those coins that can be used. It's a secure network. It could be used for payments. It could be one of those, yeah, we're going to use Litecoin. We accept Litecoin. You could do that with Litecoin. Okay, they do have, the technology and the development that allows that, and the coin is, it's technically sound enough to actually be a medium of exchange, and I think it will do well. Bitcoin Cash, yeah, no, not really. The thing about Bitcoin Cash, even though it is fast, it is cheap to transact, it is very unstable. In other words, the network is not secure enough. Like the Bitcoin Cash could take anywhere from a second to transact, or if the network is congested, like during a bull cycle when everything is pumping, those same transactions could take days actually. And I've witnessed it myself. Cosmos will do fine. Cosmos, you can stake at 22% on your Exodus wallet. They are a sound, they do have good projects that they have built and are associated with, like the Trust Wallet BNB situation. They had a lot to do with that. So I think Cosmos definitely it will do fine. I think it got up to like 30-40 last bull cycle. When I first got into Cosmos, it was 86 cents, but the fact that you can stake it is beautiful. Stellar will be fine. I don't want to go through all these, but that's the crypto market as we see it, up to a $1.6 trillion market cap. BTC dominance is at 51.6. So over half of the total market cap is Bitcoin. 16 or 17% of that is Ethereum. The rest is distributed amongst the other coins. And I expect that to continue. So anyway, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Be smart out there. Make sure that, listen, even though I show you some of these moonshots or some of these coins that I think can do well and make, significant increases during this bull cycle, I am not in any way intended that to be financial advice or to prompt you to do something. My advice, if I was to give any, would be to learn what Bitcoin is in and out. Learn about Bitcoin, Woo blockchain. Look at that. Learn about Bitcoin in and out. because in doing so, you'll understand finances further. You'll understand what blockchain is. You'll understand DeFi. And when you understand that and you learn how to deal with some of these decentralized protocols on your own, you'll also understand how to assess these opportunities better. You'll understand the importance of knowing the market cap, circulating supply, doing the proper research so you can really feel confident that whatever you're investing in does have the ability and intentions to, do what they say they're going to do. And if it seems like the potential is there, then you can gauge, what you want to do. And that's how I would look at it. But I would say study Bitcoin first. Just study it. I'm not even saying buying it, even though I would say study it first, learn it first. And then after you learn that, you'll be able to maneuver through the rest of the crypto market, including making some of these power plays that you're not going to be able to make if you don't even know how to send a Bitcoin transaction. You're not going to be able to go to some of these decentralized exchanges and trade for some of these coins that have 1,000x potential. Like those who made the money off of Shiba Inu are not the ones that bought Shiba Inu from Coinbase. It was already a wrap by then. By the time it hit Coinbase, if you got it like the first day it hit Coinbase, you may have 10x'd off of Shiba Inu. The problem is because so many people reporting to be millionaires from the Shiba Inu, 10x didn't sound good enough for a lot of the novice first-time investors. So even though at 10x, they didn't sell off then. So then when it dropped down, they find themselves stuck. Okay. The ones who made the money are the ones who were able to get the coin before it listed on a centralized exchange, meaning that they would have had to be able to use Pancake Swap, which isn't the easiest thing to use for the first time person. There is a lot of steps, I should say, right? It's not as easy just hitting the button like you do on Coinbase, or they would have to get it from like a decentralized wallet, like Atomic Wallet or whatnot. And that goes for pretty much any coin that you're going to find that's under 100 million market cap. For the most part, you're going to have to know how to deal with a decentralized exchange, like SNEC, for instance. Yes, I got SNEC when it was 5 million in the market cap. I had to go to MinSwap to do that. There's other ways to get it as well, but you have to use a decentralized exchange on the Cardano blockchain in order to do that, or a Cardano wallet. So, and same thing with the Solana, the HNT. If it's not on a centralized exchange, you're going to have to be able to use Radium Swap or something like that to get it. So you want to learn the fundamentals first. Then you can decide if you want to make some of these more riskier moves. Until then, don't do so. Solana's only at $1.5 billion market cap. That's crazy. I need more Solana. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Blockchain Crypto. Also join the Facebook group of the same name. You can follow me at Twitter at CryptTalkP. You can get me up at CryptTalkPodcast at Gmail for inquiries or anything of that nature. Thanks for your time, y'all. Peace.